So this video is a 20-minute practice, full body practice. The theme this week is value and meaning in life. So life can change in a heartbeat. What you thought was impossible yesterday might be actually happening today. And what we want to do in situations like that is notice what you're paying attention to. And yoga offers a great opportunity to do that as we move our body and just notice what's going on in our own bodies. It gives us the ability to witness what we're paying attention to off the mat as well. So we're going to work a little bit of the hips. You'll definitely want to have a block handy and any other props that you like, maybe a blanket to put under your head or to sit up on to help us get the hips to drop down some. In fact, I'm going to grab hold of my block. And we'll get started. So always starting with a few minutes of stillness and finding your breath. Sitting up tall, settling in, offering a breath of gratitude for the things that make this practice possible, for time, and technology, and your body that carries you through. If there's a person or a group of people you'd like to dedicate this practice to, you could set that as your intention. And perhaps even keeping your eyes closed, we're just slowly going to begin to move the spine. So on inhale, we're going to move our rib cage like it's in a barrel and you're trying to touch all the sides of the barrel. Take the rib cage forward on your inhale to one side and pull it back as you exhale, like that cat shape to the other side. So just keep doing that. Inhaling around, trying to scrape all the edges of the barrel. And you get back to the front. On your next inhale, change directions. So perhaps involving the head and the shoulders as well. Last one. Coming all the way back around to the center. Lift your chest. Bring your shoulders back over your hips. Draw your elbows back. That deep arch. And then exhale, hollow out. And bring your arms forward, holding one hand, and let your head drop. And then inhale. Lift your chest. Opening up again. And exhale, hollow out. One more time. Inhaling, lifting, and arching. Draw those upper arms way back. And exhale, hollow out. And then inhale, take your arms up to the sky. And exhale, maybe holding that top wrist. Keeping the hips rooted. Inhaling, come on back up, and we'll switch sides. Exhaling. Good, and inhaling, come on back up, and release your hands. Just notice already if you're feeling some more energy, a little bit more alive. So we'll come off the block and come to all fours. Do a little core work. So on an inhale, take your left heel out, lift your heel, lift the crown of the head, and bring the knee toward the nose. Do that 2 more times. Just moving with your breath. Make sure your fingers are spread wide, protect your wrists, and then just shake that knee from side to side like you're opening and closing a book. Good. Put that knee down. We'll go right to the other side. Inhaling, heel out. And exhaling, knee in. Inhale, heel out. And exhale, knee in. One more time. Inhale, heel out. And exhale, knee in. And shake that knee like you're opening and closing a book. A few times. And gently release the knee down. Take the knees wider than hip width apart. And rock yourself back to a child's pose. So first one of the day. Notice how it feels. Maybe you feel the urge to stretch your shoulders by pushing your finger pads and lifting the backs of the palms. So gently release the palms back down, spread them wide, reach them way far forward. Inhale, bring the shoulders over the wrists, and exhale. Curl your toes and lift your hips to your first down dog. And go ahead and walk it out. So remembering that you can always do something else if you notice your body asking for a particular pose. Do that. We're going to lift our left heel to the sky. So keeping the hips level for a breath, really taking that heel up as the bottom heel drops down, and then bend that knee 90 degrees and open up, stacking the hips one over the other. You want your knee to be the highest part of your body in the air. And then extend that leg again and go ahead and put it down. And then we'll do the same thing on the other side. So lifting the right heel way up for a breath. Keeping both arms strong, then bend the knee 90 degrees. And stack the hips. Good, and go ahead and put it down. Bend the knees, let them hover over the mat for a moment. Just using that low body core. And then walk your feet in to meet your hands. So our first forward fold. Let your head hang, maybe hold elbow to elbow, swing a little bit. Inhale, come halfway up, fingertips under the knees. Exhale, fold again. And then reverse your dive, inhaling arms to the sky and exhaling hands to your heart. Nice. So add in a couple of sun salutations, inhaling arms up and exhaling, dive forward. Inhale, halfway up. And the left leg's going to come way back in a high lunge. Stay here for a breath and grab hold of the block if it's helpful. Right. Float that back knee down. And inhale, take your arms up to the sky. So pull your elbows down behind you, and as you do that, lift your spine, make it longer, and really get into that left hip flexor here, right? Exhaling, hands to the mat. Inhaling to the top of your push-up, so either on the knees or the toes. Exhaling, chaturanga, try and keep the hips up till last. Then inhaling, gentle cobra. Exhale, forehead to the mat. Reverse your push-up, inhaling, and exhale to down dog. Finishing our flow, inhale, lift the heel, exhale, pull it forward and high lunge on the other side. Bring the back foot to meet the front, inhaling all the way up, fingers under the knees for halfway. Forward fold, and let your body hang, and inhale, arms to the sky. Right away, we'll go to the other side. Exhale your hands to your heart. Inhale your arms up. And exhale, dive. Inhale, halfway. The right leg goes back this time. Float that knee down. And inhale, get really, really long. And then as you exhale, lift the hip. Drop the elbows. And then release. And we'll continue our flow. So again, plank, chaturanga, inhaling, make cobra, or maybe you want to take an up dog. Come back to that chaturanga plank. Inhaling, push away, and exhale. Take a breath. Remember, you can always go back to a child's pose if you're feeling low energy. Inhale, lift that right leg. Exhale, pull it forward. Back foot meets the front. Inhaling, halfway up. Exhaling, fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to your heart. Nice. So we're going to do one-legged balance, little hip opener. All right. So an inhale, lift one knee. Cross that ankle over the thigh, sit into your heel of the standing leg. Use your low belly and your drishti, your focal point. All right. Folding forward as much as you can to get an opening in that hip. And coming out of it with control. And gently release. Right away we'll go to the other side. Inhaling, lift. Cross the knee over the ankle, exhaling. Sit into the heel and start to fold. Coming out of it with control. Some days are better than others. And exhaling, gently release. Inhaling, arms up. Go ahead and interlace your hands. We're going to just do a standing half moon here. So you get really, really tall. My index fingers are pointing towards the ceiling. Drawing that top shoulder back. Come on up. We'll go to the other side. Good. And hands back to your heart. And back to the top of the mat. A couple more sun salutations. Inhaling, get long. Exhaling, fold. Maybe notice where the weight is in your feet. Inhale, halfway up. Right over your ankles. Exhaling, bend the knees. Take the left leg back in high lunge again. We're going to float the knee down and do some hip work. So you're going to walk your front foot out to the edge of the mat and turn the toes out slightly. So it's like lizard pose. And then we're going to make circles with our hips. So you're going to take your body diagonally the other direction away from the knee. So you can rest your hands on a block. Maybe you come down halfway. And then just start to make some circles with your hips. Right? So there shouldn't be any pain in the knee. Again, just feeling all the edges of the hip joints. And then change directions. So the hips are where a lot of our emotions get stuck. So in challenging times, it's great to do some hip openers. So bring your body back in line. And then maybe it's safe for you to turn onto the outer edge of your front foot and use your hand to push that knee open, lift your chest. Couple of breaths. Good. Inhaling. Come on back up. Bring that foot back in line with your hip. We'll do a nice deep hamstring stretch. Draw those toes back toward your knee. Good. And then come back onto that front foot. From here, we're going to plant our hands. We're going to take that leg all the way to the sky for a 3-limb dog. And then inhaling, keep that leg in the air. Bring your body, shoulders over the wrists. Exhaling, chaturanga. And float that leg down. Inhaling, gentle cobra. Exhaling, forehead to the mat. Reverse your push-up. And exhale, down dog. Take a breath. Inhale the left leg to the sky. Pull it forward, we finish our flow. Inhaling, half forward fold. Exhaling, hang. Reverse the dive, arms to the sky. And exhale, hands to the heart. And keep moving. Move with your breath. Inhale, halfway up. Now the right leg is going back in high lunge. And we float that knee down. And we get ready for these are actually this hip movement. I think it's called egg beater. I learned it from my friend Whitney on 30A at Balance. Shout out to Whitney. So I've got my foot out to the edge of the mat. And I'm going to take my body diagonally the other direction. Right? And then just start to make some circles. Move my microphone there. And then change directions. Good. And then perhaps you let the arch of the foot come up, go onto the outer edge of that knee, and gently press the thigh open as you lift your chest. See if you can let go somewhere. Nice. And then come on back, put that foot, knee, everything back in line with the hips. And draw the toes toward the knee. Nice deep hamstring stretch. Inhaling, bring your body weight back onto that front foot, plant your hands, and we take that leg all the way up into the air for three-limb dog. Inhaling, plank. Exhaling, bring your body back down to the mat, and then float that foot down. Inhaling, cobra. Exhaling, forehead to the mat. Reverse your push-up. Come to down dog. Right leg to the sky. Pull the knee in, finishing our flow. Move with your breath. Inhale, halfway. Exhale, fold. Inhale, arms to the sky. Maybe interlace your fingers here. Drop your tailbone. If it's safe for you, just take a little standing back bend. Drop your tailbone more to come back up to standing. And exhale your hands to your heart. Good. Inhaling, arms up. And exhaling, we're going to bring ourselves down to the mat. Inhale, halfway up. Exhaling, fold. Bring your body to the top of a push-up plank. And exhale, float your knees down and take a child's pose. Good. Inhaling. Come on back up. We're going to finish with two more poses. So puppy dog, big chest opener, and then frog pose, which is a deep hip opener. So with our hips right over our knees, you're going to walk your hands out. The goal here is to keep your elbows straight, right? And then drop your chest to the mat. So maybe your forehead can drop to the mat. Maybe it drops to a block. Maybe your chin can drop. Take a couple more breaths. Good, and then inhaling. Use your hands, push yourself back up. And we're going to come onto our elbows. So frog pose, you're probably going to want to come to the wide edge of your mat. And you take your knees super, super wide. Right? And then you bring your body weight forward. So you could always grab blankets to pad your knees more if you need. So my shins are parallel to the short edges of my mat, right? So slowly and gently, maybe doing a little wiggling, rocking from side to side. A few deep breaths. And on your inhale, pull your low belly in, use your arms to raise your body weight and walk your knees in. Go ahead and flip yourself onto your back. So taking a couple breaths to check in for a moment. Maybe it would feel good to gently rock your knees from side to side. And come on back to stillness. And go ahead and settle in for your Shavasana, whether that's keeping your knees bent to protect your low back, or tucking a blanket under your head or your knees, or just stretching out fully on the mat. Come back to your breath. So recalling that dedication, then letting it go. And gently get yourself moving. Fingers and toes, maybe wrists and ankles. Eventually, maybe stretching your arms overhead. And taking your time. When you're ready, drawing your knees into your chest. Gently rolling to one side. Coming on up to seated. Feeling your spine nice and long. Perhaps noticing that really paying attention can bring a sense of calm, peace, and power when you're paying attention to the things that you really value. One more deep breath. Exhaling, bow your head to your own heart with a mental pat on the back for showing up so that you can care for yourself and care for those around you. Spirit in me honors the spirit in you. Godspeed.